Test. There we go. Yay! Oh, I forgot Windows update last night. Oh, so yes. Yes, I know. I found it in VOD. I'm like, okay, I am going to wear a kimono for this. Um, yes, so that was Bagaki Band, a band who had the last gig in Tokyo while I was there, and I did not have tickets, damn it. Um, so, yeah. But hey, I have had a lot of fun in Japan, and yeah, do you want to see some photos first of the trip out, and then we'll do a bit of unboxing stuff? I have a huge box on the side of the sofa, which is probably going to fall off at some point. So if you hear a crash, that's the box. Yeah, I bought myself a lot in while I was away, and let's go to Japan Strim. Let's work out how I'm going to do this. Oh, I got no audio on that. Why? Oh, damn it. Sorry about that. I have no idea why there was no audio on that. Oh, I've got no sound on the alerts. What's going on? Let me have a quick look in. Oh, that's set up. Okay. Yes. Bot is off at the moment. Gotta. They won't. Commands won't work at the moment. I'm just restarting the bot. But yeah, shall we go over to web? And let's start with hello. So yeah. Hey Pico, so welcome in. Hello. So yeah, this is me on train and having a very, very uncomfortable journey because there's a hacking lip there. Why is this a thing? But yeah, and hotel was in Heathrow was interesting decor. Like why is there a space selfie thing and why is yeah? I have many questions about this backdrop. Mix-up is still trying to start. Oh, this is fun. I've not missed the scuff at all. So let me just test. There we go. Should have audio now. Yeah, it's selfie in space. Yeah, it's a thing. And yeah, my girlfriend joined me as well for the evening. Okay, that one is still not working. Okay. Oh, Oh, I know why. VNN audio properties. Yeah, I see why. Day boogie bam bam. Let's go body boom boom. That's fixed now. Yeah, it turns out VNN updating had moved the yeah, it changed the file the executable name and therefore not changed the executable name but changed the window title, and so OBS decided it was not going to. Okay, is that still working or not? Okay. Damn it. I'm gonna have to go through and fix the audio at some point. Probably gonna have to yeah. You did, but no sound effects. Oh, damn it. I'm gonna have to fix that. Oh, there we go. That worked. And then put myself back down here. So yeah, my girlfriend joined me for evening. Okay, no worries, Picasso. Thank you for looking in. Yeah. Oh my god, I also realised something. Okay, I'll fill in a bit more later. But yeah, the my girlfriend joined me for the evening, so we had to kind of meal together. But she couldn't stop over, and so yeah. But basically, we got to have a meal and chat because why not? It was like my second time seeing her in like 48 hours in different places, random places. So yeah. And if I hop over there, sorry, I'm trying to work out how to jiggle multiple windows. But yeah, the following morning at like 5 a.m. Yeah, I had to. Yeah, I was very, very sleepy. So sleepy. But yeah, eventually playing. And yeah, so. Oh, I'm still recovering a bit. Yes, plane. Yes, very posh plane. Pre-flight selfie. Oh, 787. I don't think I would like one in 333, but there's only one airline that doesn't use 333 on them, and that's Japan Airlines. But yeah, the wide seats were good, and I quite like the dimmable windows because they could turn the sun down a bit without losing the ability to see out. It was like sunglasses. So yeah, I quite enjoyed. Oh, the windows are huge. So yeah, it definitely. It was a good plane. But yeah, if you want an absolute laugh, I tried using the Osmo my new Osmo camera on the takeoff. This was an error. Okay, this was an error, and see if you can spot the problem.
Additional passengers will be taken on shortly. Please fasten your seatbelt
Okay. So, let me just find the. See if you can spot the problem, because I thought initially at this point I was still trying to do a vlog, and get finished for a vlog, and then realised that's not going to happen. So this is why I'm having the bit of a chat. So it's true, I was 9 hours ahead of the UK. So just wait. Damn it. Okay, see if you can spot the problem here with a camera that's using gravity to tell it which way is down. Just watch. And very, very slowly, you'll see the fissure become absolutely unusable. Yeah, yeah, I can't use this, can I? As I just watched the camera thing tilt, I was like, oh no. Oh no. But yeah, goodbye London. Now a lot of the yeah, it's alright now. It's alright now. But of course when it accelerated, the gravity the thing detected the gravity as being off and just tilted. And it's just like, oh no. But yeah, so there's things I liked. I quite liked the little thank you Facebook or thank you OneDrive memories. Can you move out of the way, please, so I can grab the next photo? Yeah, so you have these little things in the toilets. I just thought they're really cute. Hey Rob, hello, hello, hello. My alerts and stuff are not working at the moment for reasons I've not figured out. Um, Stream Elements dead. Okay, Stream Elements has not noticed the alert, but yeah. Thank you very much for the sub. Thank you so much. It's much appreciated. And 25 months. Oh wow. Yes. Sorry I've not streamed for like a month or so, but yes. But yeah, this is what they. Yeah, you have. It's so cute, isn't it? And then just for Grassamaniac, the slightly dubious tea. Yeah, I somehow don't think they're really used to preparing English tea. It's not green for a start. Yeah, that's that's tea. It was actually really nice despite the color being really dubious. But yes, started to arrive in the land of the rising sun as the sun rose. And Fuji. So, of course, I'd had the stupid idea in hindsight, and I do mean very stupid, that I was travelling straight on to Kyoto after landing at 7 a.m. And this, I figured I'd build in a bit of time for delay, so I thought I booked my train for like 12. So, or 12:30, I thought that would be sensible enough. Give me a couple of hours potential for delay, couple of, an hour or so for immigration. I was through very, very quickly, but then had to go pick up my SIM card for local SIM, and that didn't start working until about 10 o'clock because planned maintenance on a Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. I'm like, ah. So while I just sort of got that out and spent ages trying to find something to try and open my SIM door, could not open it to save my life, and then I found there's a bloody SIM opener on the back of the SIM card holder. Oh, so yeah, so that took a while. But yeah, so I then had to hop on a very, very cool mode of transport. I put it in? I did not put it in. Hold on one second. I knew there was stuff I did not put in the actual. So let me just quickly grab the emergency. Emergency. This. Right, stick that in the folder. Wait a second for it to catch up. Yeah, so I had to catch this thing. And these haven't come out as well as you might think, but yeah, monorail. Monorail is cool. It's quite noisy. It sort of makes it's very like clack 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 clack, and rocks around a bit. But yeah, it's really cool to sort of running through the harbour, through sort of waterfront on basically monorail. So then basically had to get the Yamanote line to Tokyo Station. Tokyo Station is huge. Okay, I did not realize quite how big it is, and this was the busiest station I've ever been to in my life so far on the trip. It turns out it's not even top 20 in Japan. And yeah, so grab some food. Picked up my first item. So let me lean over and grab this from the. Do not fall over, please. Please do not fall over. Sorry. Well, I just go over to the main, and this. Hopefully this works. I had so much camera issues. I got myself an Eki Ben, and that came with a little bullet train bottle. Need to do it this way. So, online at the airport to immigration took me about 20 minutes, I think. Yeah, it was about 20 minutes to go through. I had all my QR codes ready. So you do your customs pre-clearance on a QR code, and on the website beforehand, and you scan the QR code at customs. That's basically how it works. So, and the other thing I have as well, I'll show you this in a bit. Yeah, it was about 20 minutes it took to get through. I was expecting it to be a lot longer. But yeah, so let's go back. So I figure out I'll go up on the platform and see, just it's all my trains have been announced. It was like third from the platform. It was like out of service. Because they're so frequent, it's you basically like arrive on the platform half an hour earlier. There's 3 trains in front of you, and I just figured I would just need some fresh air as well, rather than just being in the bottom half of the station. So pull up, and a train's coming in, and it turns out to be bright yellow. And look at basically, I'm not lying when I say the station stopped completely, because that is Dr. Yellow. That train is revered as a god in Japan. Seriously. It is literally a god. So of course got selfie with Dr. Yellow. You tell look who's basically caffeinated up to the hilt, and trying desperately to stay awake at this point. But yeah, I've got a bit more sort of That's the crowd. That's the crowd that literally gathered just as soon as it pulled in. Literally, so like salarymen, people, families, everyone just basically just swarmed on it. And oops, wrong one. And of course, got it going out as well because it went honk. You see, and it is literally just everyone just watching it go. It's meant to bring you good luck in your travels. So yeah, you see mine. I was on the 12:30, so 12:12 and 12:30, and they literally turn the trains in like 5 minutes. It's insane. It literally comes in, they. But yeah, train goes up on the board. Yeah, seriously. they. So I was on the one to Hataka. So you've only been on the west ones, haven't you? The central west ones. Yeah, the eastern ones are nicer. So let me just grab. Sorry, I am trying to jiggle these. I've tried to prepare. I was tempted to just stick everything in a PowerPoint. But I'm trying to do grab and... Oh, anything's better than DB. They're bloody awful. The trains are nice, but their reliability is horrific. There we go. That's the one I want. Yeah. So yeah, bullet train. I've been on French ones that have literally been every interior surface that was graffitied. Yep, bullet train selfie again because, and Fuji again. So yeah, so got bullet train in, and then I just, yeah, I think I need to go up a folder, and it was basically just checking to my accommodation. Do you want to see what my accommodation looked? Because that was very much wow. I was staying in like a traditional townhouse, Machia. Seriously, so nice. Had a courtyard. And just, yeah. And there are things you, yeah, it had outside toilet, but the toilet was computer controlled with heated seat. And also remote control bath. Seriously. You just, there's like a control panel in the kitchen, you can just fill the bath remotely. So, you know, Japan, it sometimes lives in the future. Sometimes it lives in the past. But yeah, it was definitely living in the future there. So, and then at that point, yeah, I did notice they were not. They are very. They are more girthy than they are long. I would say that. There's more length. There's more girth than length. Yeah. So I basically after that I fell asleep. I was literally in the middle of my aftercare when I fell asleep. So woke up with suddenly thinking, why am I so full? Yeah, I was in the middle of fucking myself. So I literally fell asleep midway through doing my post-surgery aftercare. That's how knackered I was. But yeah, so I got up early. I got the bus to the station. Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry, just that was a follow bot. So got the bus to the station. Got shouted at by the bus driver because I don't know how Japanese buses work. It turns out they should stop at the stop once first to let people off, then pull forward to the middle door, which is where you get on, and then every time you're going along, it does the normal announcement, and the driver's got a mic up as well, and he will was announcing everything, and as everyone was going off, arigato gozaimasu, arigato gozaimasu, arigato gozaimasu, arigato gozaimasu. It was all being put over the PA. Yeah, yeah. I learned and I apologized, and basically just like first time on, didn't know how they work, but yeah, it was fine. I yeah, so yeah, I basically ended up nice. You see how gorgeous day it is, because I was off on a little train ride initially. So I found this in, yeah. So they had a little model railway as well. You could play with if you had some money. My first Densha to Go sighting. Hey Jess, welcome in. Hello. So yeah, we're doing a bit of Japan stuff at the moment. I think I did get a couple of gashapons, but they're down in the bottom of the box at the moment, so I can't really get at them. But yeah, so yeah, they had a Density to Go machine, which I didn't play at that time because I didn't have enough, didn't have yen, small yen change on me. I got yeeted. But yeah, so I, and this is where I probably will actually show you something else. So this is where I started my collection. Actually, no, it isn't. Um, sorry, I realised I did this slightly wrong. Okay, I've not quite started my collection. That'll come in a moment. But yeah, I had a ride on this thing. So this is. So this is. Okay, so this is the Sagano Kanko Romantic Train. Or no, also known as the Tolaku, because it basically uses. It's basically old freight wagons, and it takes the old route um, between Kyoto and the next town. And the old route closed in 1990, and they started running this in 1991 as a kind of way of using the old line when, um, yeah, to as like a tourist thing instead of. So yeah, um, it's if you're lucky, you get to travel in that car, which is yeah. They romance railways is something they call like some of their tourist stuff. They just call them romance railways for reasons because Japan. So yeah, you get on the romance train, and you get waved off as well, which I really. Oh, it was 22 degrees that day. Yeah, it's basically been like 15 to 22, 23. So it's been warm. But yeah, so the waving off thing is a thing. And yeah, JL do have the ground crew wave you off as well. And this was even at Heathrow. You could see the ground crew were lined up waving you off. And that's so yeah, but yeah, so it basically you go through a little tunnel, and then the views are like this. You're still trying to figure out my camera as well at this point as well. You may have noticed. Hey, Steam fan, welcome in. Hello. We are looking at trains at the moment. So, yeah, this is the Sagano Kanko Romantic Train. And it kind of just sort of runs up through the, through the valley. And yeah, you end up. The boat is indeed foreshadowing. Because I didn't get the train back. I took the boat. And the boat is. So I just find. did I not save the right clip? I didn't. Oh well. Yeah, so yeah. So for the boat ride, we had like a really fun. This I got put on the English language boat with most of the people who were international, and we had a very entertaining guy doing most of the guide. He basically his English was not that great, but he made up for it in enthusiasm. So he knew how to do service. So yeah, this boat was a mixture of Hong Kong and Singapore and a couple of Australians and me. So yeah, the boat ride is so much fun and so absolutely beautiful. I did have rice wine. But yeah, the crew on the boat was so entertaining. The guy, the guy was making lots of jokes about how he was doing all the engine work, and yet had the low salary, whereas the captain with, on the front with the stick had high salary and little work. But yeah, it's just like the small little bits of rapids, but it's no worse than to make like the Alton Towers. Is that one blurry? Yeah, so it's definitely. I would recommend doing the rafts if you're ever in Kyoto. Yeah, because the water was quite low, so that's where you occasionally. And that's. Yeah, as I say, he could kind of hear the train every so often. Was just basically trying to be like, "Yeah, come on, we want to do photos of the train and wave at it."
Okay, everyone.
But yeah, they were really good fun. And then after the boat, basically, you look at that forest, and that's not even peak yet. That you just see how beautiful it is. Yeah, so I went to Arashiyama, which is. I did get some photos as well, but yeah. So Arashiyama is like the famous bamboo forest. And I need a scroll bar. Please give me a scroll bar. Right, thank you. And yeah, once you climb up a little bit, you get Well, this time, first of all, beware of the monkeys. But yeah, the view when you hit up the top is, yeah, that's a bit special. And also apologies if there's any smudges on some of the stills at the moment, because I've just gone down a follower. Oh well. Yeah, yeah. If there's a smudge on any of the um, on here, I didn't notice the smudge until probably halfway through the probably a fair bit through the day. So I was like, okay, I need to clean the lens. But yeah, I went. Yeah, some of the views were. Oh, I've shut the wrong window. I thought they were just fed up with my scuff. But yeah, you can kind of see the kind of gorge. And so yeah, then went on to Arashiyama, which is busy because that is one of like the Instagram hotspots. But yeah, you could get through the crowd. Once you got through Arashiyama, it's basically turned off and went into a little temple at the side, which the tourists won't go in because they have to pay entry. And yeah, also for some of the photos, you can see the corners cut off because someone realized her camera lens is a bit sticky or was a bit sticky. And yeah, it has occasionally had a tendency to jam, and it was decided to do it for like the first day of my trip. And again, didn't notice it for like the first few. Once I realized what it was doing, I could just click it, just knock it to open it. But yeah, this is a really nice little temple. I think it was about 500 yen to go around the garden, so not expensive. Uh, yeah, so you see, it's again busy, but at this point, you kind of a lot of the Instagram crowd have kind of don't want to do that one. So they also had like a pond. It was super pretty. A nice big gate as well. So I basically walked back and got the train to my next thing I had planned because I managed to book all my timed things on the same day. So I had to leg it to get the train to Kyoto and then change to Kyoto onto the subway to go to Origashima, I think it was. And this may give you a little clue as to what I was going to. Yeah, Nintendo Museum. I've managed to get tickets for that. And yeah, I'm gonna say this. I was a bit disappointed in it. It's fun and all that, but to someone who's interested in like game history and stuff, it's kind of yeah, it was kind of very meh. So you had to go through like 5 security checks to get in, which was excessive. And yeah, they have lots of little details around, like so and they give you a little card with some credits on it that you can view, and I need to go on the website actually. Can you if you go on the Nintendo website, you can actually view yourself playing the games, and that's going to be embarrassing to look at. But they have like you can't take any photos on the actual museum floor, but it's all it is just like pictures of or like here's a bunch of boxes of games, and you're like, but there's no history of this console, no sort of details of development or anything like that. It is just literally just here are these things we've made. We're going to present them with no further context. But downstairs where it's interactive, you could take photos. So I've got a little bit of kind of like people playing stuff. And you could do Zappa versus Super Scope. Which when you look at the end of the Zappas, they were all like camera based. So yeah, they're not They're not that original. And this baseball thing was fun though. But I don't. I didn't realize I just shot those a little bit of video. You had this singing toads you could tap and they sang. If yeah, it's kind of like it probably would be fun with kids, but I didn't think it was for a family. But for some, I thought it was a bit yeah. And I was also too late in the day for most of the merch as well, so that was a thing that didn't really happen. But yeah, so let's grab a bit more and I'll do. So they also have like the Goombas and Lakitu paved outside. So then came the emotional part of the trip. And when I say emotional, I mean seriously emotional. I figured I would avoid the crowds and went to the Inari Shrine. Now, some of you, this is the one with the 1,000 torii gates, and the actual main shrine. And the shrine is at the top of a massive mountain, and you have, gorgeous main building, and because it's dark and there's pretty much very few people around, and it was also cooled down at this point, I started climbing it, and yeah, there's some warning signs as well saying beware of the boars and monkeys. And yes, I saw a boar. There were literally wild boars scuttling around the path on the climb. As well as if you're afraid of spiders, please look away now. Joro spiders. These are huge. They're literally about the size of my thumb. They are massive spiders. So pretty though. You've got a great view of the city as well. So yeah, you can kind of see that. Kept climbing, kept climbing. And then finally, I've hit the top. After about an hour and a half of solid steps. 233 meters up it was. So, and probably about 2.5 kilometers walking up. Why my alert sounds are not working? I apologize. I'll go through and refund everyone later. I had Windows Update has done its thing and completely broken everything. Well, actually, I'm on the web view. That doesn't have the sound alert. But I'll refund everyone later. But yeah, there's a reason why this was particularly emotional. And I'll just show you this because I hadn't actually planned to include this, but I will do so. I had this on me. So this was something Ellie was making for me when she died. So I brought it with me, and when we were planning our original trip, we sort of discussed, do we climb to the top of the Inari Shrine? And I was like, it should be really pretty. It should be great views and stuff. Her opinion was no, hiss, fuck off, no, performer, stop it, no, hiss. So yeah, I basically climbed the mountain to spite her, and she would have found that absolutely hilarious. So yeah, I basically was carrying that with me all through the trip, just as a kind of. So wherever I went, that came with me. And then, yeah, unfortunately, when I got back down, got to the station, and this is where I'm going to do the next kind of I say this, I kind of cheated a little, so you bear in mind on this. Yeah, so let me go over to main a minute. I have this stamp book. So, stations in Japan have stamps, and that's the one from the Inari Shrine Station. And you've got like Kyoto has one. And Irashiyama. And yeah, I've got one for the little train as well. So yeah, I basically started collecting stamp books, and this is from Neko Neko Post. It's really, really pretty. The pages have like that. Some of them have paws on them as well. But yeah, I kind of started collecting stamps as I went around Japan. Gonna have to admit that the Tokyo ones are a bit meh. They've got redesigned a couple of years back, and they're very minimalist now. But yeah, I collected some stamps. And I should probably try and find a bit more sort of stuff from the that I purchased, just purely to try and deal with this box. So, yeah, this is not from Kyoto. This is from, I got this in Osaka. This is, you may recognize, Grassomania may recognize this. This is the Studio Ghibli store. And I have a Gigi. Gigi is so cute. I also got some keys chopstick box, and somewhere I think is at the bottom. I also got a Gigi bento rice holder. So I'm just trying and keep some of the big box of stuff relatively manageable. So trying to work out where to put this that's out the way and not going to get. Okay, that can go there. Sorry, just trying to work out how this how to do this. Because yeah, this is I'm going to need to try and reduce this box a bit. So I'm going to try and I'm going to skip forward a bit actually, and then I'll try and get through Kyoto. I'm going to try and get through Osaka. It's going to be a multi-part stream, I think, this one. So let's go back to web. Doink. So yeah, and if you think Japanese trains always run on time, I got to the station and found this. Yeah, it turns out, a train earlier that evening had hit an animal or something. I think it was an animal hit or something like that. And so, yeah, everything's running with delays. And yeah, 23-minute delay. Which, yeah, was fun. I got to admire the little Ikoka platypus, who's super cute. Expanding the versions of the local payment card. No refund, and eventually train turned up. So I had initially considered going on to Gion, but I figured that was not going to happen that evening, given by that point it was about 11:30. So, well, by about 10:30, and I was just kind of a bit worried about last trains at that point. So, I think that is day one of yeah, Kyoto done. So I got incoming ad as well. So yeah, day 2 started with me going back to the Inari Shrine during the daytime to try and get both some footage of it and also because I wanted to do a prayer for Ellie and not when I was a sweaty, horrible mess, having just climbed the mountain. But yeah, it does get a bit busy because this is kind of like a kind of did a little mini walkthrough with the gimbal camera. But yeah, you kind of see how the some people the selfies sort of hang around near the bottom. They don't go very far up. I was just trying, yeah. So I just figured I'd do a little bit of the way through, just so so you'll see it in daylight. But yeah, there's like over 1,000 Torii gates between there and the top. So yeah, it's a long line. I also quite like this poster I found as well, which is basically just like that side is crowded. This side there is only pigeon. This is good advice for life. But yeah, I then went on to the castle at Nojo. I think it's Nojo. I need to double check that. Which was the old Shogun Palace. And that's super cool to go around. They don't let you take photos inside it, but you had to take your shoes off and walk through, and everything creaked. It was kind of like a anti-intruder thing, and yeah, it's again you kind of see how beautiful it looks in the kind of the landscape. Everything's starting to turn colors. Had a gorgeous pond. You sort of go in the main gate, which I didn't have tickets for the inner castle because you kind of had to pre-book those in advance, and they were closing early because they were having like an event with dignitaries, so they were setting up for. But yeah, they have fish. Actually, the fish aren't from that one, are they? No, the fish aren't from there. Sorry. Actually, there were fish there, but that's not the fish I'm thinking of. So having looked around that, just literally just across the road from it was a tiny temple. Damn it, want that one. I mean, that's so pretty. And again, just a few, just a handful of people there. So you literally just got a massive castle with crowds around it. And then literally just across the road is this tiny little temple. And while I got an ad break coming up, I'm going to go brief break because I just want to just make sure I've got something to hand I want to show you in a second. So I will be right back. I'm going to let the ads run as well. So have a drink, have a stretch, and we'll be back for more Japan unboxing. In fact, I should probably do a bit of unboxing because we're an hour in. Oh no, we are. Yeah, sorry, the clock's on the walls wrong. I forget that. Be back in a sec. Anyway. Okay. Hello, I'll be back. Sorry about that. I couldn't find what I was looking for. But yeah. And so, first of all, Andromeda, darling, if you are watching, and I'm going to check the chat to see if you are. She is not. I know she sometimes lurks my streams. Also, Andromeda, do not watch the VOD of this. There's your present. Yeah, got pick this guy up. He's enormous, which is why I've taken him out so I can actually sort out what's in the box. Because I'm just going to try and reduce the size of the stuff in the box a bit before it falls over. But yeah, you've got a Godzilla bag. Not only do we have a Godzilla bag, we also have Godzilla plush. This one's -1. So cute. Yeah, we also have a couple of gashapons, and that one is, oh, that's Nara, and I'm going to balance this out before it falls over. And something has just gone down the back. I'll have to retrieve that in a moment. So, I picked up one of these. So, I'll do the gashapons actually while I'm in range. So, let me try and open this one. I'm not sure where this one's from. I will let you know once I have actually opened the damn thing. And see what it is. Because I can remember where I got certain things. But so gashapon is open. And this is, oh, I got this in Sendai. So this is, I'd seen these online and just thought, oh, get one of these. This one is apparently Twilight. So there's, they are basically like weird looking things. But they're like keychains. And they have an on and off. And you just have a read. Ah, right, okay. So you press the on button and yeah, so it's one of the little station things that plays the music. I'm not sure what station that is though. I heard it. I need to find out what station that is. It's apparently called Twilight. I also got this one, which is, and they seal them up really well. So this one is, I think this one's Cardcaptor Sakura. So I did get this one in Kyoto. So this one does count. If I can open the damn thing. So I got this one in. So I actually got this one on the day I'm talking about. So yeah. But I'm just trying to thin my box down a little bit. Just so I can. There we go. Right, are you going to open now? How do you... Okay. This one's... How the hell do you open this? Okay. You squeeze them. Oh, ah, there we go. So this is... I got this one in Kyoto. And thick tape. So this is... a slightly disturbing version of Cardcaptor Sakura. Is this actually licensed or is this off-brand? Oh no, it's not too bad. It's just a slightly dodgy print. But yeah, so this is from Cardcaptor Sakura. It's like a lipstick holder. But yeah, hold on. Don't show the microphone. Don't show this to the microphone. Show it to the camera. But yeah, I do like Cardcaptor Sakura, but it's not the one on the outside that I would have most wanted the most. Capsule lip case. Oh, they don't show the other designs. So you just put your chapstick or that in there. Is it licensed? Customer service inquiries are not accepted from outside Japan. This is only for sale within Japan. It is licensed. It's licensed to Clamp and it's Bandai Namco. So yeah, that is actually a licensed thing. And I forgot the other gap I can reach. Oh, there is another one. Oh, I know what this is. I got this one at the Romantic Railway. So let's just unstick this one. Because I see what's in it. And this one is... if I can open it. A Shinkansen pin badge. Show the camera, not the microphone. I got to go on this one of these, and oh my god, is it so comfortable! So let's have a look at the what else we could have won in the. Tiny little unfoldable. Oh, it doesn't show the others actually, it just shows that. But yeah, it had like the green Hayabusa, and Dr. Yellow was in there, and the normal West ones. Okay, and also just to remove this, because this is heavy and it's pulling the box over. This I got this one in Osaka. This is not a Gashapon. Oh no. This is Project Voltage. If you don't know what Project Voltage is, it's the Hatsune Miku Pokemon collab CD and box. So, shall we find out what's inside this? This was literally in the this literally came out like a couple of days before I got there, and yeah, you literally had to take a card and take it to the customer service thing for them to get it out like the safe. I know I'm ruining its resale value, but I actually want to rip the CD, so I need to. It does it needs to come out. How does this open? Oh, it's taped down. Okay. Okay, this is going to be fun. Neko opens a CD. I had a feeling this would happen, so I came prepared. So we have, please tap. It's also, the CD is also shrink wrapped. Hey Noah, hello. Yeah, no, I unbox things. So yeah, this is a CD. So this is the Miku Pokemon collab CD. And this is also shrink wrapped. Okay, Japan, please stop with the shrink wrap. Oh, the Tamaden. That's in Wakayama. That's very, very rural. I did not go to Wakayama. So yeah, this is Project Voltage. Okay, so and as usual with Japanese CDs, they always come with an obi, so with the track information on it, so that the artwork is not spoilt by having a track list on it. Is that a magnet? That is a magnet. So this comes with comes with like a badge or magnet type thing. Massive art book. And with like lyrics and stuff. This is incredible. Yeah, so it literally comes with an art book. I'm gonna have to have a look through this later. And this is, oh wait, so this is the actual CD. This is the actual CD box set. So yeah, this is really, really pretty. I'm gonna put this away and have a look through later. So what's this? Oh, is this like the bonus CD? Bonus CD remixes. Okay, so this is like a remix album as well. What came with. Okay, that's very cool. And that is magneted as well. Not very strong magnet, but it is magnetic. That is very, very cool. I need to put this somewhere safe. And it'll probably go on display later. But no. Crap. Okay, where can I put this that'll be safe? Oh, damn it. That'll do for now. I'll have to move that in a moment. And also, because this is big, bulky, and blocking most of the access to the box, I got myself a in Akihabara. I picked myself up this. And it's too big to even fit in shot. It's essentially Moyo soundtrack. I got this in book off for like 1,000 yen. Again, comes with obi. Oh, I need to put the obi for that in the box so it doesn't get damaged. So this is CD box set. Game complete with like guide to the singers and stuff. Naked Ryoko because Naked Ryoko. Lots of Ryoki. Pretty Sammy from the spin-off. Cat Ryoko, who's very, very cute. Some art from the show. This was 1,000 yen is a fiver. Oh, that's where the Christmas Ryoko came from. Yeah, I have that artwork on stream around Christmas, and yeah. So that's where that came from. Okay, so, and yeah, it's 5 discs. I don't know how well they actually work, but for £5, I'm not complaining at all. They look in really good condition as well. Yeah, I am from Europe. So I'm from the UK, and I've just come back from my 40th +1 trip to Japan. So yeah, I need to get this packed up carefully. Oh, and they folded the obi in like that. Okay. So yeah, that's an impressive box set. And now we'll also pick up what I got in Osaka. So a little while ago, Neo Sprites gifted me some Project Miku or Project Diva games from which they'd imported, and I needed PSP to play them on, and so I figured they're super expensive in the UK. You know, it's like £70 for a junk one with half the controls hanging off. So I went and picked one up in Japan, and I paid $125 for this. Box is a little beat up, but I think that's probably because I'm not too fussed by that. Yeah, I need to get a different socket on the end because it currently comes with a American one. And if I can get this out of the box. So yeah, I have now got a PSP. So hopefully it works. But as I say, given the junk value of these, yeah, I'm gonna have to find out if this works. But yeah, I got that in Sugaya. I think it's called Sugaya, which is yeah, in Dendentown, Osaka. It is missing the game, but I have the game, and it's missing the accessory as well. But I hopefully might be able to find that someplace else. But yeah, it's PSP 3000. So yeah, um, that was definitely a good find, especially in box. Put that there. Now a couple of other things I've picked up. I got this in Mandarake in yeah, Mandarake in Nagano Broadway. I figured it would be a fun little project to do on stream. It's a very, very basic Gundam Gunpla. I just realised I left the power adapter out. I'll need to put that back in the box. Oh, I see what they've done. They've wrapped it like that. Okay. So yeah, Mandarake is like massive second-hand store in Nakano Broadway, and that was. Oh yeah, it's translucent. Okay. It's not been built. Still got the stickers. So. And this is a glueless and paintless one, so I figured it'd be a good starter. And this was 800 yen, so 800 yen, so under yeah, probably about £6. No, actually less than that. Probably about £4 I paid for this. I also have Kuromi in a kimono. Super, super cute. I got that one in Osaka. And anything else I've got in the Osaka. I can't find like a Shrimp, but where did I put my Gashun books down somewhere and I can't find it? Oh well. Oh, I have another. Oh no, that's from Nara. So I'll leave that one for a moment. I'm trying to work through stuff in order as well. So it's a bit of a challenge because the stuff in the box is not in order. It's a kind of by weight. So shall we do more pictures? So, yeah, let's go over back to the pictures. So after doing this little shrine, I went to Gion, and I'm going to say this, I was not that keen on Gion. The big shrine was impressive, but it was the whole area is kind of quite crowded, and there's a whole sort of unease between the locals and the tourists. So, yeah, Gion, I was going to say, is probably not the best. I also really loved the little anime mascot on the buses and trains. Just like so cute. But yeah, sort of walking to Gion from the metro station. The lit up shrine was really cool. What is that? Oh, yeah, I spotted this somewhere and I'm trying to remember where it was, and it's just like, why is that? Someone that's basically been gorilla bombed into the kids section, hasn't it? Super, super. But yeah, I was a bit Gion. I found a bit much, so I kind of bailed on Gion and went to Tojoji, where they're having their temple illuminations. Tell me that is not gorgeous. It's just so pretty, and again, it's mostly locals. No, sort of maybe the odd Westerner there, but it was pretty much just locals. You just like all the tourists that stick to Gion, they don't really wander anywhere else. Oh, I got some great examples of that too. So yeah, it was busy, but again, nothing too major and very orderly. Yeah, um, especially getting some of the moon. And I found a nice vegan eatery next door and sort of walk back slowly. And if I need this for my other folder because I forgot to put this in the main one, I decided to do a color crush because color crush is an Instagrammer I follow, and just like, yeah, try and get an arty shot of a train going through the darkness. And yeah, I was hoping it would be come out a bit better than that, but no. But yeah, I literally just posted on Insta with I think I'm turning to Color Crush. Oh, I didn't mean to close that. Shit. Scuff. But yeah, that was the end of my trip to Kyoto. So let us go on to our next destination, which means I can unbox more stuff as well. Getting this all out of the suitcase was fun. So got up early, checked out of the nice Airbnb, got the metro to the station, and then discovered quite how crowded the Kyoto to Osaka train was on a Saturday morning, with a lot of people going into town for the day. Yeah, 12-car train running every 15 minutes, and it was basically packed solid. And yeah, so I had a little bit of time to kill as well between that opening up and with luggage. So I just sat in the station and just watched the trains for a bit, just going in and out, and watched all the people going out. Do you mean did it fly west to get to Japan? Flew east. Went over Brussels, Frankfurt, Vienna, Budapest, sort of then over Romania, along the north coast of Turkey, over Georgia, crossed over, saw sunset over Georgia and Azerbaijan, crossed the Caspian Sea, then over yeah, can't go through Russia, so then over Kazakhstan, China, Korea, Got to went over the top of Seoul, and then over, and then basically then over Japan. And yeah, coming back was also flying eastbound. So went up over the Pacific, above Alaska, up to about 85 degrees north. I think it was the highest I saw on the in-flight thing, which was so basically pretty much almost to the North Pole, and then down over Greenland and just to the east of Iceland, and then to Scotland. So I've basically done a round the world trip. Yeah, so I basically got to see two sunsets and two sunrises in the same day. That fucks up your body clock a bit. Also, while I was sat in the station, that thing was staring at me. It just stares. It just literally just like. It's just constantly looking at you. Yeah, so. Oh, other way. I need to keep this open. So, yeah, I kind of took. Then went on to Team Lab, and yeah, there's me. So Osaka Airbnb, I'm going to say, was not as nice as Kyoto one. It was a bit noisy. It was a bit kind of like, yeah, it was a bit like here in terms of general noise levels, but it was also literally one street off the main tour, sort of the main nightlife district. So yeah, that was it was lively. But yeah, I needed a chill day after traveling, so I went to Team Lab's Botanical Garden. And yeah, so this is like outdoor art art exhibition space, and it's interactive. So they kind of the orbs and things around react to people's movement, and if you touch them, they react light-wise as well. I got a few more better ones on the kind of like the stabilized camera. But yeah, this was like 1,000 yen as well. It was not expensive to go to. Again, not too busy either. There's a lot of people around, but it was not crowded or anything. There's plenty of space, and I tried to get a few sort of like shots with people silhouetted in front of the things. Just because I just thought those would be make it a bit more interesting to give some context again of how big they are. And like these things were kind of floating in the pond. It was yeah, it was really interesting to kind of walk around, and I've been loving all the illuminations. And of course, ended up getting the train back. I I quite like the little. This is where the train is. This is where you are. That seemed to be a thing on screens in Japan. And then I had to find my way out of Namba. And yeah, exits 14 to 32 are this way. I got used to Namba fairly quickly. Namba wasn't too bad. Um, I experienced it at rush hour, and then went to Don Quixote, and it was Don Quixote that tipped me over the edge. What's that? But yeah, again to kind of show you the size of the station. Yeah. But reason I went to Namba is first of all it was quite closest station. It was quite close to where I was staying, and also it put you straight into this. I saw the dragon, but the tail has been taken away from the crab, and I saw why it had been removed. Basically, the building next door wanted to put an extension on, and it was overhanging. But yeah, so um, yeah, Nambers and Dotonbori is super cool area. So I had to kind of look around, and I found, yeah, they got a dog, and then I found Gigo, and they had an out of focus taiko machine. The wheel was functioning, but I didn't get to go up it. I didn't time it right. Well, I never find the timing to do it. And also, look how much my. And then I found a place that did um, uh, vegan, yeah, stuff. The kushikatsu is really nice, but I went for the takoyaki and fried gyoza, and this is all vegan, and it kind of looks like I did have some. I did get some momo in. Yeah, so you've got the takoyaki, but made with rice rather than tentacles, and of course some nihonshu, also known as sake. So, fun fact for you: if you're in Japan, do not ask for sake because sake means alcohol, and all types of alcohol are sake. But nihonshu is what we call sake. Sake. So you need to ask for nihonshu. Yeah, it's one of those weird things. We basically it'd be like us just saying, just referring, yeah, it is a bit potent. But yeah, sake is really nice. I do like a bit of sake. It's Asian stores are really good to find it, and yeah, so and then basically one after that kind of wandered home through Dotonbori. Sake is quite strong, yeah. And then I've just because I need to do a I'm going to try and I think my plan is to get as far as the start of Tokyo today in terms of it's about whiskey strength. So I went to Osaka Castle and first of all saw this guy on the side of a building. Yeah, the castle is quite cool. There was some drumming going on outside. Are you getting audio? I meant to check. Yes, you are. So yeah, there was drumming going on outside. Castle was really lively out of space actually. Where is it? There we go. And I didn't. I kind of decided instead of doing the. Oh, I took a photo of that kind of know a bit more about the park. Okay. But yeah, it's kind of quite a cool. It's actually a replica, so it's not original. The castle was built in like 1925, 26, I think, if I remember rightly. But it actually survived longer than the original than either of the two previous castles, because they kept being. Yeah, here's the thing: when you're a samurai warlord, other samurai warlords will have quarrels with you and occasionally come in, evict you, and burn down your castle. And then they'll build another one, and you can then take it back a few years later. So, yeah, it's kind of. But yeah, there's got an observation deck at the top, and rather than going up the lift and taking, which has a long line for it, I went up the slowway, walked up through the museum, up the steps, and yeah, they had like a interesting exhibit on kabuki, and basically it's fan art of the kabuki artists of the time, or kabuki actors of the time, which is really interesting. Some of them looked really funny, but I kind of, yeah, that was kind of the art style of the time. But they're like these replicas of battles and a painting that basically you could pick out someone had gone through and could actually pick out that was General so and so, that was the Sergeant so and so. Literally, they were recognizable in the actual painting. It's really. So many people just skip it because they're just going up to the top for the view. The view up the top is worth it though. And again, you see autumn's colours are coming through. It's so pretty. And there's kind of like an event going on. I'm not sure what's going on there. Kind of sort of see over towards Nara. So yeah, definitely was worth a look around. And I spent bloody ages trying to get this shot to work, and autofocus kept going on the traffic light. But yeah, it's quite a large sort of park. What's that? Oh yeah, just basically got a train climbing out of the station. There's like a cruise boat running around. So I thought I haven't had enough observation towers for one day. So, oh yeah, and also the other thing around the castle, you get a little train, which plays a jolly little tune as it trundled around. I didn't ride it, but yeah, it was kind of like I was walking past and suddenly spotted kimono wearers on board, and just like I guess my eyes must have lit up because they spotted my sort of look of wow, and just like they literally just like wave and just like so cute. But yeah, there was also like every time a car or vehicle was going around, it was playing like music as kind of like a warning. So just grabbing a drink. But yeah, I had enough of observation towers, so this happened. And forgive the really derpy things, because yeah, I went up in the sky. And yeah, this is literally like an escalator across the gap between the two buildings. But yeah, the kind of the view from the top. Actually, I think this was the better one. So yeah, that's you made a sky. It's so pretty up there. I sort of went up. It wasn't the. If it had been sunset, it would have been. I'm gonna safe to say it would have just been hellishly crowded in there. Oh, and this is where the motorway goes through a building. But yeah, I just sort of ended up just staying up there for like about 45 minutes, just taste it. That stood there, just taking the view. I mean, yeah, it was such a cool city. Osaka is such a cool city. And yeah, that's the escalators to you come up. I did try and get some video on the way down as well. But yeah, that's Team made a sky. It's so gorgeous. That was definitely well worth doing. I was so, and I think that's everything apart from. Oh yeah, I ended up in the shopping center underneath, where they have Nintendo Osaka, Pokemon Center, Tomica Shop, and Plarail Shop, One Piece Mugiwara Store, and the Capcom Store and Cafe. So this is in the Daimaru next to Maida Station, and you had yeah, I saw that. I thought very much of Gratomaniac, but that thing was bigger than my suitcase, so absolutely not coming back with me. And 2,000 pieces in that Bowser. There was also like a Kamen Rider exhibit with like examples of the suits, and also a slightly bizarrely random Catboy version, which yeah, I have no idea on Kamen Rider. It's not something I am very familiar with as a property, so there may be context to this that I am not aware of. And then I went and had a vegan ramen. Oh, sorry, no, that was a veggie ramen. Sorry, in a tiny little cafe off yeah, just at the actual back of Dotonbori. So yeah, and then I went on a little railway adventure. I took a trip to Nara, which I was trying to get the views on the climb out of Osaka, where it's hecking steep, and you just look back at the city. And on the cute little rainbow train. Also, I also really love the little Nara mascot because of course it's a mascot. You know, in Japan it has to have a mascot. It seems to be the law over there. But Nara, if you may have not guessed, is famous for deer. Although beware the male deer, as they are feisty. And yeah, there are deer, and some blurry deer, and a less blurry deer. And they'll literally come up to you, especially if you have shika senbai or shika no senbai, deer crackers. And of course, it has a massive Buddhist temple as well, which is like a World Heritage Site. And yeah, again, more deer because it's Nara, and that deer is what Nara is famous for. There was also something being promoted by like a VTuber. I no context for this. I'm just going on the fact that she was captioned VTuber. Yeah, they were um, they were quite inquisitive as well. They were apparently they can get a bit vicious if people if people are not giving them their senbai, their senbai. But yeah, I love some of the signs like "Do not bring crackers into the temple, otherwise we will have a deer problem. Please give the crackers to the deer before entering the temple." And yeah, the temple was a bit special. I mean, it's absolutely huge. They've got sort of a big Buddha, um, something I don't know enough about Buddhism to decode. And yeah, it was super pretty inside. And the ground's really nice. And I kind of walked up the hill a bit to a shrine, but then found that was closed. So yeah, more deer. Because again, Nara is famous for its deer. They're literally just roaming in the city. And then had a gorgeous sunset on the train back. And then this was where I found... Oh, I got ad break. Okay, we will pause a moment. Yeah, super pretty sky. Also, I'll check on Backblaze because I've got a feeling that's going to start up. Yes, pause please. My frame rate's going to tank in a moment. I will try and deal with it as soon as it will let me. But yeah, let me grab a couple more items for... Ooh, yes. Sorry, I'm just trying to find something a second. Well, more in the box. There you are. Ah, I got yeeted. I got yeeted when I was not paying attention. Sneaky, sneaky. So, if I go back to main a moment, I switch over, please. I found the GG bento box. That's super, super cute. I also, please let me pause. Pause. Okay, if frames drop, let me know because I will fix it. This is going to be a little gift for Mum. A little deer with a cracker. Again, I just saw it. It's so, so cute. I also picked up I ended up picking up a lot of these keychains with a little bell on them. This was very, very a Japanese thing. And yeah, it was this again sort of super, super cute. And Japan does trinkets really, really well. So you've got lots of little gift options. And it also has the pagoda on it. And I was like, there's meant to be a famous pagoda around here. I can't see it. And then I spotted the suspiciously pagoda-shaped pile of stack of scaffolding and tarpaulin. I was like, ah, it's under renovation. And a couple of other things I picked up in Osaka. I picked up a Lum card holder for your Suica. And I think, no, this one's Tokyo actually. I picked this one up. I thought this was Osaka. I picked up a card captor Sakura lanyard as well. It's just super cute. So a lot of this stuff is kind of like small stuff that was not that expensive, apart from maybe the PSP. But yeah, so after basically coming back from Nara, I ended up having to negotiate Namba Station at rush hour and then visited Don Quixote, which was Don Quixote was the mistake. And then I wandered over to a place called Oko, who do Oko Takoyaki. And past this bizarre dinosaur karaoke place. It's just like, I'm not 3 minutes, 100 yen. I'm not. What is this place? Oh, it's got a sauna in it as well. Dinosaur karaoke. I think it might be related to the Arty Dinosaur Hotel. I've gone down by another route follower. What the hell? Oh well. I've noticed my thing's been going down. Like, what have I done? And yeah, so this is Oko Taco. This whole meal and 2 beers cost me under £10. So cheap over there. Well, anything's better than an Albrecht. And then, of course, wandered out, and there's a Don Quixote, the back of the big Don Quixote with the wheel. But the wheel had shut down for the evening, and yeah, I was not in the mood to get overstimulated again by Don Quixote. And then I did actually, because I actually had my gloves on me, I hit up some Mai Mai. And Mai Mai DX is different to the Mai Mai I'm used to. So yeah, it took me a little while to find where the settings were for it. Again, one shot of sort of Dotonbori, and then that's where I was staying, on the top floor of that building. There's a tiny, tiny little bar on the bottom floor that held like 6 people. So, and you're saying about blending old and new. I literally came across this as like a temple integrated into a modern skyscraper. I'm not sure if the temple was built with the skyscraper in the old style, or if the actual skyscraper was built around the temple. But yeah, I was going to Parco. No, sorry, not Parco, Daimuru. And Parco. They're two basically next door to each other and joined, so you could walk between the two stores. And they have a Kirby Cafe, which I did not have tickets for, and was not due to open for, I believe, till the following day anyway. So, but I did find the Sega pop up, and yes, I did spend a fair bit in the Sega store. So, yeah, you can get these Yakuza cuddly things. There's a giant cutout Goro Majima. And Sonic the Hedgehog. And the Godzillas. I hadn't bought the bag yet at this point, so I was just like, they're so cute. And I especially like the little mini Mothra as well. So it's like chibi Godzilla. My first kaiju. I went to the Ghibli store. Saw a Digimon store. No idea why I took the picture to the floor. Yet more sort of Carmen Ridery. No, that's Ultraman, isn't it? Is that Ultraman? I think that's Ultraman. I'm not that cool. It's up on my Tokaketsu. Monster Hunter, Capcom Cafe, Mega Man. You've also got KFC are taking their Christmas reservations because for some reason KFC is like the Christmas dinner of Japan. I have no idea why. But it kind of is. I saw a massive. Well, this one wasn't that great actually. It looked big from the outside, but it really was. It was narrow, and it kind of only really had like. It was like 3 floors of coin pushers and crane games, and then like 1 floor of rhythm games, and the top floor was all like Purikura. So, yeah. Oh, one of the most cursed things I've seen so far, and I put the emphasis on the so far, was this. Right, who knows what this is? I would also warn you: Google at your own risk. So if you know what it is, you know, and if you don't know, please do not Google. But yeah, let's say who knows what this is? And I just realised I got an extra pair of ears because I got my hair back. Um, so yeah, back in about the early 2000s, I think. I'm not 100% sure of the exact dates of this. Takara, the people who own the rights to Transformers in Japan, um, and actually one of the main creators of it, because Hasbro basically licensed a lot of the designs from Takara, decided to create a new line called Kiss Players, and they commissioned a notorious hentai artist to write the comic book to go with it. Um, yeah, so this is a Optimus Prime and anime girl with pants on display. This is fully official, by the way. This is actually official Transformers merch. And yeah, shall we just say Megatron's tentacly Doc Ock style penis puts an appearance at some point. Yeah, TF Wiki has opinions on this. I have not read the comic, but I have I've seen the stills that TF Wiki posted with lots of comments like WTAF and other snark going on. In fact, they were struggling to snark over some of it because it was that bad. Obviously, this did not get imported to America or the West, but yeah, Kiss Players is a thing, and the Transformers community do not speak of it where possible. But yeah, also I came across another Taito a bit further up, and this one I got to play on something. They had like full Densha to go, like they literally had like the complete retro set from all the history. And yeah, I had to go on Densha to go, and yeah, it's basically arcade train game. And I tried to get, I did okay-ish, and they've got like the older ones as well. So it's like the mother load of Dench to go. And then I wandered into Animate. So this is a large anime store. Hang on a minute. This is me looking through Sugiyaya. Yeah, I saw the Sailor Moon. No, that was that anime or man. It was in a second-hand shop anyway. I think that might be Sugiyaya. I'm trying to work out what store that is. Yeah, they had the Sailor Moon game for the Super Famicom for, um, yeah, 100 and something quid. That's easy. I think it's over 150 quid. Yeah, that game must be rare. I did not buy it because I don't have a Super Famicom, but they did have Famicoms for like 20 quid for like, and it would just be too, yeah, bringing it back would just be too much. But yeah, then I went into Animate, and that was basically had like a standard floor and second hand levels. So ground floor was like idols, second floor was like new anime figures, third floor was like manga. Fourth floor I found was second hand, and first thing I came across was second hand yaoi. So that was I was like I hope that's been cleaned. And then turned the corner and found the second-hand hentai and second-hand body pillows. And the whole used hentai and used body pillows just gives me the complete and total ick. And yeah, I was struggling quite a bit with. Yeah, it's true. I said do not Google it for your own sanity. Yeah, it gave me the ick, the whole idea of used. Yeah, just please tell me it had been bleached thoroughly. And then I went upstairs and found the dojin floor, and oh my god, ah, um, yeah, they're not hiding anything there. Seriously, they are not hiding anything. It's just like, oh my god. I'm just, yeah. Sorry, I'm still a little bit traumatized by that. Sure, of course you have. But yeah, then I kind of went and had a look around Shin Sekai, which didn't really have much in the way of food. So for me, so just a basic quick look around. There was like a retro arcade, but pretty much all their machines were broken out of order, and it was just like, yeah, this screams tourist trap for people who don't know better. Oh, I've got a picture. Yeah, this it looked like this, but all the machines when you looked at were pretty much out of order, or had wonky screens and stuff. It was just not good. So I then went to um, the other Oko restaurants. There were the two Oko restaurants are probably about 5 minutes apart, and yeah, I had vegan yakisoba and gyoza, so good. Again, like £10, and it's all run by one woman. So drinks are self-service. So you basically get your own drink and just squeak the rubber chicken to let Shiho know that someone's bought a drink, and they put the money in the box. It sort of even it has like if you want to talk to Shiho, there is like a microphone where you can basically just turn it on and talk to her in the kitchen, and a camera so you can watch her working. Oh, and there was also some super weird video playing as well, which was like that. I got no idea of the context of that. But this also reminds me, I did do some karaoke. I took a trip to the massive round one in Namba, and that was so that's like a 24-hour arcade, bowling, sports. It, yeah, so I did some karaoke, and yeah, I can't remember what song it was I did initially. Oh, that was it. I did Always on Your Mind by the Pet Shop Boys, which is one of my favorite songs to sing at karaoke. Tell me that your sweet love hasn't died. That one. Um, yeah, the video for it in the backdrop, I was expecting to be like the Pet Shop Boys, but no, it was just like random footage of chipping Candom in the Cotswolds from sort of like mid 2000s going by the car registrations. Or sorry, I'd say probably late 90s actually. Pretty much all the cars were like. Um, so yeah, that was that was that was super fun. I also did a couple of other songs. I did Sailor Moon's intro. I sang Evangelion. It's fun singing in another language. And you're just trying to read you're trying. They've got like phonetics above the, sort of Roman phonetics above the kanji, so you can at least sing along. So that was fun. I think also did. There was one other song I did as well as the Pet Shop Boys. I can't remember what it was now. But yeah, that was super good fun. Do recommend Japanese karaoke because you're on your own in the little room booth, so you don't have to stand up in front of people. So yeah, and yeah, I'm not going to show my Sega haul because I need to divvy it up because some of that's going as gifts to people, some of whom may be in this stream. So yeah, that's why that's not being shown. Oh god. Yeah, so this is a travel day. So, bullet train number one. And you sort of... You course of... Oops. Just trying to...
This is the Nozomi Super Express, bound for Tokyo. We'll be stopping at Kyoto, Nagoya, Shin Yokohama, and Shinagawa stations before arriving at Tokyo Terminal.
Yeah, so just sort of accelerating out of Osaka.
Please refrain from smoking anywhere on the train. The conductor's room is in car number 8.
And you got to see...
Please change trains here.
And this going through Kyoto, and you got to see the temple again.
After arriving at Kyoto, so please be ready to get off before the train stops. Thank you.
I didn't. But yeah, that's the lit up temple from Kyoto. But yeah, that's literally where I've been a couple of days earlier. Which is... Oh, I just realised that's why that's being a bit weird. So yeah, that was bullet train number 1. Bullet train number 2. Yeah, I struggled to get the noses in one shot. And yeah, this one, you look at this, yeah, that seat is so much better than the ones on the Western one. Noise reduction they are actually. But yeah, they're a bit fast. Thank you. And yeah, again, I was doing a color crush. But yeah, the trains are so cool. It's just like, yeah, you may as well photograph them. And also in Sendai, I found the lift and elevator mascots. It was a lift and elevator safety. Because again, this is the thing. This is Japan. There has to be a mascot for everything. Some weird, like, clock-like mascots. Like the combined Tohoku train mascots. And they sort of had this little like in the sort of bullet train station they had like these little like cases with like things from the area and like old like train signs. One of the I think Kamen Rider, one of the Tokikatsu creators is from the area, so of course they had one of the helmets on display. Some images from like a manga, little model railway of the train painted up in the for the manga. Also, there seems to be a random happy birthday to someone from the Idolmaster. It's been crowdfunded by fans. This is something I saw a couple of times over for different idols. It's like idols of VTubers. It's like they just like buy an advert. I'm just like, what? I was a bit confused by that. There was also like, I made sure to get the Matsushima stamp as well. So that's the stamp. Then on my way, so here's where things get fun. So on the train from Sendai to Matsushima, there are all these instead of having adverts like be plastered on every surface like normally Japanese trains are. It was instead safety information in case of tsunami, because this was the area that got hit in 2011 by the Great Toku earthquake, where they had so something along that coastal section, 20,000 people lost their lives. So it's quite sobering when you see that most of the buildings are like post 2012 construction. When you're going through like the outskirts, of, the port area of Sendai, and you sort of also realise that most of the people on that train, no, somewhere north of Fukushima. But yeah, the whole sort of coast there got hit really hard, and so probably most of the people on that train will have lost friends and family to that in that disaster, which is quite sobering kind of thought. And on the related note, when I got off the train, I could notice all the tsunami water signs, sort of like directing you to the high ground. That's kind of interesting. Night, Rob. You take care. I hope you've enjoyed this kind of random chatty stream. But yeah, so you've got all these signs, like little lights etched with like arrows pointing in the road, pointing where to go, if the in case of. So you're kind of very much conscious of the whole sort of tsunami thing in the area. And yeah, so Fukushima is just to give you some idea of how big the tsunami that hit was. Fukushima, the power station there, had a wall that was basically 50 feet high to block out tsunamis. What they got hit by was 150 feet. So basically, got hit by a 150-foot wall of water. You're going to struggle. Anything's going to struggle to protect against that. But yeah, so on the way from the station, I sort of passed this temple getting ready for their illuminations. So yeah, I thought, okay, I'll pop back there in a bit and have a look round. And ended up walking back, so walked in, checked into the Airbnb, put my case down, shoes off. Well, shoes off first, put case down, all just started to kind of just thought I'll just sit down for a bit, just relax, and then everything started shaking. Yeah, magnitude 4.9 earthquake. Yeah, so I very, very quickly grabbed my shoes and went outside. I was getting ready to run uphill, but then realized no sirens had gone off and people are not really reacting. So I was like, okay, this must be a kind of just run of the mill Japanese earthquake. But yeah, given, yeah, it was, sort of no damage or anything. But yeah, it literally, I've got somewhere the actual, yeah, Matsushima was where I was staying, and that's where it was felt strongest. So yeah, I was a little bit rattled by that, but I made up for it by walking back to the temple. And when you get to the temple, they give you a lantern to carry around to little light your way. And yeah, I'll just think that you have some of the temple illuminations just because. And inside the building was really pretty as well. But yeah, just when you got the little lantern, it's sort of really quite magical. And for some reason, my camera decided it wasn't going to shoot these, rotate these, so I'm going to have to go through and rotate them. Why? Why are these sideways? Oh. Okay, I have many questions about my camera at the moment. I'm gonna have to investigate that. I think I must have shaken my camera up a bit, and its accelerometer was a bit. Yeah, so yeah, it was super magical. I would recommend doing one of these night illuminations if you ever get the chance. And after that, I kind of walked down to the waterfront, and they have like the bridge up over to the. You just sort of see some of the islands in the dark. Okay, and at this point is where I actually have run out of ordered stuff. So I might do Matsushima. Yeah, I'm going to get through Matsushima, and then I'll probably end stream, and we'll do a part 2. We'll might do a bit more unboxing, and then we'll do a part 2 on maybe on Thursday. I'll see how I feel on Thursday. So just let me double check that before. So this is kind of view from the sort of daylight view from where I was staying. A sort of super nice place. Yeah, bed was like multiple layers of stuff. It can get a bit chilly. But yeah, I took a little boat trip around the bay. While it looks a bit busy, most people went for the upper decks where they had to pay a extra fare to sit upstairs. I just sat on the lower deck, and there were like 3 people down there. And so you get up and walk around and do photos from both sides. So that made things a lot But you can sort of see the little islands. Matsushima's got like 150 islands in the bay. Boat was called the Alba, and that's like the next town over after Earthquake, just for comparison. So yeah, you can kind of see Matsushima escaped quite because of the islands, but they did lose some of the things in the area, got destroyed. But yeah, so the boat sort of heads out into the bay. You cruise around the little islands. Super, super pretty. I just suddenly realised all the island span would probably be a bit much, so I'm just going to just skip through some of these. Also, for reasons, the area has an anime girl mascot, again because Japan. And then kind of just posy selfie. And this rice thing was everywhere. This is like the mascot of Sendai. It's like a onigiri, onigiri samurai. And there was a little like temple on a bridge as well. I think I took pictures of that on my other camera. Sorry, I still need to go through and sort these properly. Yeah, so you walked over this little bridge, which was like... and there was like a small shrine on the actual headland. See the little bridge going over, lots of more islands. I caught sort of after that. I sort of went and got some food, and then basically just headed back to the accommodation for a bit because I was at this point I was flagging somewhat. I'm gonna admit my itinerary was probably a bit too packed. I may have overdone it at points, so yeah, I needed to chill a little bit, but then kind of headed out again. Where are we? I did quite like the little rice thing, even on the fences had the little rice thing. Hey Scuff, welcome in. Hello, hello, welcome in. Hello. So yeah, we're currently talking about Japan, and yeah, you kind of. So yeah, I went to Matsushima. Hey Mash, hey Scuff. So yeah, it's kind of like you can kind of see how awesome it is, and I'm gonna skip the photos a minute and go back to unbox mode and say hi. Hello. Ah, so there we go. That's what happened with the alerts. Okay. Hi, hey Blue. Hello. So, yeah, we've currently been doing unboxing, which is why the knife's here, because we've had a few things. We've got like this, which I don't know if the Pokemon fans are aware of Project Voltage. Which is probably the... Yeah, the sound's not working on that for some reason. And I'm going to have to press main again to... I'm not sure it really works in a kimono either. So, yeah, I have this Project Voltage, which is the Hatsune Miku Pokemon collab. We've had some gashapon. We got a Gigi. We have a deer. We have, if I can find where I put it. I can't see where I put it, damn it. Oh yeah. We've had a Gundam. We've had the box set of the Tenchi Muyo soundtrack. And we'll grab a couple more things out the bag, or out the box. So I picked up Munchlax. So this is another gift. I've picked up a few things in the Sega store, but I don't really want to show them because some of them are gifts. Okay, I got that from the Saka Castle.
AS.
I was confused by the some half there.
As V. Oh, as.
Yes, that
I can
guy.
see
Yeah. Thank you for following me.
See where I put the box.
Miss Red, welcome. How are you? I'm good, thank you.
Oh, is it under here?
Right, I am.
Okay, I'm not sure where I've put the box for the PSP I bought back. But I got a couple of other bits as well I picked up. Sorry, there's none of these in order. So I also got this as well. So this is Hatsune Miku and Ado new single. So yeah, oh yeah, the reminder exclamation mark horny as well is a thing. So what's this? Is this to download the audio? Or something that was only available during the 24th to the 25th? What? Okay. But yeah, this is basically this is how CDs come in Japan. You've got like the you have like art books come with them. Well, this one's not art, but yeah, it's got some stickers. So yeah, that's a definite win on this one. I didn't manage to get a dough tickets, but they're also very expensive, so I didn't. I'm gonna admit I didn't try. But yeah, so I've basically been picking up lots and lots of things in Japan. Even got like a bullet train bottle. That came with a like station meal. I have Kuroni in a kimono. A few gashapons. Oh, I found another gashapon. So this one is from Nara, and we might do a build on it. Oh, okay. So it's like self-build. Oh, you got to put the stickers on yourself. Okay. I might do that build later then. Yes, DVDs are regions. And I've just dropped the sticker sheet. I'll pick that up in a moment. Yeah, we also got one of these, which is like a the Japanese train things that plays the music. I've got a um, ticket holder. I basically picked up a lot of stuff, and it was a pain to bring back. Oh, that's definitely gift territory. Okay, those can wait a moment as well. So yeah, just talking a bit about where I've been and stuff. We've done Kyoto, Osaka, and Tokyo. No, so not Tokyo. We're on Matsushima at the moment, which is like an island chain north of Sendai. It's where I experienced an earthquake. And this is the point where I hadn't got as far as sorting, so yeah, this is probably going to be the final bit for, and then we'll do Tokyo maybe on Thursday. But yeah, kind of walked out along the bridge onto the island itself, and yeah, you can kind of see all the little inlets, and the sunset was just gorgeous. I mean, yeah, this is somewhere special. And then of course, the 5 o'clock bell, which is what you hear often in rural Japan. Yes, I took over a couch. I have a 100 gig of video I brought back on the Osmo. I've got 900 photos on my standard camera and a fair chunk on my phone camera as well. Actually, hold on. Up. Just working out the days. So yeah, it was definitely a you can kind of see what I mean by the island being really, really, and there was like some origami. There was like a gazebo. A slightly smeared lens, which I didn't notice until cleaned off about halfway through. It probably didn't help that my because you have to carry your rubbish with you. I think sometimes. Oh God. Oh no. It yeah. I'm glad I could have contributed that material. Okay, there we go. That makes sense. So yeah, I basically had an early night that night and watched a bit of sumo. And yeah, did a. So Matsushima is actually one of like the three most famous views in Japan. So yeah, it's kind of and just sort of a little view of like little temples and the forest, and yeah, I've got the train back to Sendai. And tell me that's not a good, nice place to wait for a train. You see sort of more autumn foliage as well. And this is what I mean by the tsunami warnings on the, yeah. Sort of how to evacuate. I'm not sure on that actually. So final look at the kind of islands on this most rickety of Japanese local trains. Oh, the and Suica penguins. Some Hollow Live. The kind of the whole Carmen Rider thing. And then basically I just found my train. And I love the little map to tell you which set of stairs to go up for which coach you're in. Long nose boy, let me do it for you. Yeah, these things are very, very sleek. And very, very fast. Yes, but very different now. Well, one of them does, but very different now. And yeah, so I got off at Ueno. All was going well. Filmed the train going out. Thought, go upstairs. Got the escalator, and yeah, I got my shoelace caught and absolutely face planted at the top of the escalator. I lost the end of my shoelace. And literally just fell in, all my luggage and that fell in front of this sign, and it's like, this sign is mocking me. Meanwhile, everyone else is going like, Daijobu desu, Daijobu desu. I'm like, yeah, I am fine, but I still have a huge bruise on my knee. And yeah, so I checked into Tokyo, and this was kind of like Tokyo sunset. Tokyo Place was really, really nice. And I then basically headed over to Asakusa and experienced some vegan food. Don Quixote, where I saw all these Miku automatones, Kirby automatones, and some knockoff Hitachis. Unfortunately, these are the wrong voltage for the UK, so I did not bring one of them back because yeah, 100. They're meant to run on 100 volts, and 240 would be a supreme buzz followed by a bang. And yeah, to sort of, I also love the sort of tradition, sort of contrast between you have Centergy, and then literally just across the, just across the river from it is And yeah, Sensoji is absolutely beautiful. Again, did it at night so it wasn't crowded. And very blurry. There we go, that's a better one. And then just across the river from it, you've got the Sky Tree, the third tallest structure in the world. And yeah, I survived Don Quixote. And so there's the entrance to Sensoji. And this is where I got the metro back, and it told me where. I didn't get a photo of this, but it was like you need to go back to this station from where you are. So I was like, okay. It turned out that's the station on at the top end of Akihabara, because while the Airbnb listing said Okachimachi, and I walked from Ueno because I thought, okay, Ueno to Okachimachi is not far. It turned out to be bloody ages. Yeah, it turned out I'm staying in Akihabara. And yeah, Akihabara is a very lively area known for its maid cafes and anime goods and used and adult stores and stuff like that. So yeah, that's a interesting area to stay in. Yeah, the Blackpool one was nice, but it's still Blackpool. So yeah, I'm just trying to see if I got anything else in the unboxed box, but sort of from damn it. Oh, actually, yeah, I found a couple of things I've got. So that one can be wait. What am I just doing? Ah, found it. I found it. So, I'm going to show you this after the ad break. That's a gift, so that I need to put aside because I'm seeing her tomorrow. I should probably also show this as well because sorry, I am so organized. I put everything in a box. Yes, I have generally. So yeah, this is a gift for a friend of mine, and I'll see you tomorrow. I should probably show it before it goes. So I got this in Tokyo, Suika Penguin Diary. I'm also going to give her no, actually the Project Sekai Luca is actually mine, so that one I can show you. Also got this little cat. I think I got that one in Osaka. Sorry, I'm trying to kill time a little bit because I got because ads are underway. But I also will show. I don't know if you guys have seen the stamp book. But I'll sort of show you a bit more of these now in a moment as well. Actually, that's a gift, so I can't show that one. I got that in the Sega store. There's like a free gift. This from Nintendo store. Or Nintendo Museum, actually. But yeah, I need to sort of explain something in a second, so I'm just waiting for the ads to end. Just as soon as it actually loads. Come on. Ad break end, please. End, please. Yeah, I'm just trying to. Yeah, I kind of didn't want to go on the Be Right Back screen. But yeah, I'm glad you like the photos. And we're back. So, I've got something. So, this is what I've been looking for. This is my book of Geshuin. So, a Geshuin is like a. Why am I showing that face? It's like a record of what temples and shrines you visited. So, yeah, it's like a stamp book, but much prettier. So, started out with the Inari Shrine in Kyoto. What they do is they stamp it and then write the date you were there and some other information around it, and that's kind of calligraphied on. And that's one's from the little shrine little temple next to the thing. They also next to this castle, and yeah, it's okay. I'm going to end after this one. So yeah, I got this one from. I think that one was from Enoshima. No, it wasn't. That was not from Enoshima. That one I got in. Damn it! Which one was that? I think that was. It wasn't the Matsushima one. I can't remember where I got that one. I got Nari. I got the little shrine. That one was, I think, also in. Oh, that was that Toji? I'm unsure where I got that one. I also got the Enoshima one with the Zelda, and then the one I am most proud of having, the shrine in Azabujuban, which, if you ever seen Sailor Moon, you will know that Rei, aka Sailor Mars, works at the shrine. It is that shrine. Specifically that shrine. Because all locations Sailor Moon are real world locations. So, yeah, it's kind of like I got a Geshuin from the shrine in Sailor Moon. But yeah, I'm going to end there actually because I need to get ready for work. I'm working early anyway. And I've been going for over 3 hours now. So, let's go find someone to raid. Oh, and also I got this and a lot of the stores will give you free gifts as well. So you'll find like stickers and other trinkets put in your bag. Yeah, so let's go raid. So who is on for raiding? Let me have a look. This is where I probably hear myself. Nope. Yes. Nope. So, yeah. So who's on for raiding? Raid channel. So yeah, it's Kristen A. We've got a few people on actually. I want following, please. So we've got it's Kristen A, we've got Matt Hart, and we've got Oshio. Let's go with Kristen because, yeah. So let's all go say hi to Kristen A. Exclamation mark Neca raid. Oh, sorry, exclamation mark raid. Is it for the raid message? I can't remember. I am too scuffed for this. So yeah, we're gonna raid Kristen A. So let's start the raid off, and yeah, there's your raid message to copy paste, and yeah, I'll see you on Thursday because I'm gonna need Distract You on Thursday because it's a not so good anniversary, unfortunately. It's basically the anniversary of Ellie passing away and worker planting a tree for her tomorrow. So tomorrow's going to be emotional, and I'm probably going to be emotional on Thursday as well. But I kind of need the distraction. So let's go raid Kristen A and say hi to her. She's a lovely variety streamer from Canada. Super lovely. She's the one that recommended the camera to me, the one that's been giving all the steady video shots. So, yeah, let's go raid Kristen A. And I'll catch you all very, very soon. Bye bye.